I told everyone on the team, this is what we're going to do. We're going to ride as hard as possible before the gravel on Colle delle Finestre, the first 10 Ks. And then once we hit the gravel, I'm just going to try and go alone there, and let's kind of cross the fingers and hope that behind they don't organize themselves properly. There's no other day of my racing career that won me a Grand Tour in one day. We always knew it was going to be a massive stage, but the plan initially had been, okay, just fuel really, really well. Pretty much every 10 Ks of the stage, we had someone else with bottles, with gels, food. And the goal was to try and hit 100 grams an hour. And that means that once we hit the final climb, I'll have more than the other guys, and I might be able to take a bit of time. But attacking 80 Ks out, that wasn't necessarily the plan. That was only really on the bus on the way to the start. I was thinking, just kind of thinking to myself and talking to my wife, talking to my coach on text message. And I just came up, just started asking myself those questions. Hold on, I'm basically 4 minutes away from being in the lead of this Giro. I'm not going to get 4 minutes on one climb. If I'm gonna win this race or try and even have a chance of winning, I'm going to have to do something pretty outrageous here.
Yeah.
And I kind of looked at the profile that day, and it was basically just Colle delle Finestre, down, a little bit of valley, up to Sestriere, down, a little bit of valley, and straight up again. So 3 big climbs. I was like, you know what? Why don't I just go on the first one, and it's going to be a time trial from there to the end. And if they start messing around behind and they start basically questioning who's gonna pull, who's stage 19 of the Giro, there's not going to be many guys who are fresh at that point, not many teammates to pull. And I just figured, you know what, let's go for it. Let's go for it. I told everyone on the team, this is what we're going to do. We're going to ride as hard as possible before the gravel on Colle delle Finestre, the first 10 Ks. And then once we hit the gravel, I'm just going to try and go alone there, and let's kind of cross the fingers and hope that behind they don't organize themselves properly. And I could just feel this. I could feel the plan coming together as we started riding on the paved section of Colle delle Finestre, and seeing some of the domestiques from other teams just falling. Basically, the pace was just too high, too early. They didn't expect it to be so hard, and I could see guys just flicking that switch and switching off, coming out of the bunch. And I was like, okay, that's another strong domestique gone, another one, until there's only really the leaders left. And I remember thinking, this is perfect. If they don't follow me, then they don't have anyone to pull either. There's going to be 3-4 guys all looking at each other. This is the perfect scenario.